it restricts the movement of the fly. Oh, well, oh, there we go. I actually saw him. Go back this side. All right, fly fishing again today. What I wanted to go through before we get started is just how I attach my flies. I know some people use clips. I prefer not to use clips, and I'm like that when I use my soft plastics and other lures. Maybe big hard bodies are okay, but I just got a belief that it restricts the movement of the fly or the soft plastic or the hard body lure, whatever you're using. So I prefer not to use the clips. I know it's easy to change, but look, if I got to sacrifice 20 centimeters or so of line throughout the day, even more if I need to. The other thing is, I know a lot of guys tie directly knots that tie directly to the eye, so they're tied up against the eye, blood knots, unis, those sorts of ththings. Not a big fan of that. I understand the smaller flies are probably necessary, but when you get to these sort of flies, this is sort of like I guess a seducer type pattern that I tied. It's a medium-sized saltwater fly, not particularly big, not all that small. And what I prefer to do is tie a loop knot. So this is how I do it. Just a simple singles greenie to start with. Through the eye. Back through that hole that I made with the knot. Now, important part is, with soft plastics, I don't mind if I've got a little bit of a gap between here, like bigger, but flies, I like it a bit tighter. So 1, 2, 3 times around the line and then back through the eye again. Hopefully you can see that. Pull it tight. And that's about as much. I want to be able to fit a match head through there, through that hole. But I don't want to be able to fit like a pencil or anything like that, unless I got a really big fly. But I don't throw too many really big flies. So and then I just simply trim that up. A pair of scissors here. Put that tag in the bin. What I find is when I'm working the fly with this way, it tends to pull straight. If you got it tight and it's kinked, it'll want to pull really weird. And then when I stop the strip, because it's a little bit loose, the fly rather tends to duck or weave or sort of go from side to side. It's what I call dancing, and I really like a fly to dance. That's just sort of what I like to see. So anyway, next time you're out there, try it, see how you go. All right, tide's now reaching a stage where the bait's being flushed out of the mangroves, so I've tied on one of my favourite, if not my #1 favourite barramundi fly, and that's the pink thing. This one's been touched up. It was it's caught quite a few fish in the past, and I've just refreshed it, refurbished it a little bit. We'll get into it and see if we can pick up a barra. A barra working in here, or a couple of barra working in here, but on very small bait, so I'm just trying to see if I can convince them to hit this pink thing. Oh. Come on. Very frustrating at the moment. See one to make a mistake. Oh. Come on. There's a few working around here. Just need one to make a mistake. Oh, there we go. I actually saw him come across and sped up when he got there. Oh. Finally, got one to stick in. It needed to stay in now. This current, he's going to play with the current shortly. Oh, he's staying right under the boat. Come on. And like usual, first fish of the day, my net's on the floor. Probably should go and get it because he's right beside the boat. Just get his head up a little bit. Come on. No. No. And he goes again. Come on. All right. Well, I probably made that harder than it could have been, but first fish of the day. Awesome. Let's take a closer look. Very nice fish, and look, he wasn't hooked on by much. I was giving him quite a bit. I probably, in hindsight, might have backed off a little bit more, but we got him. Oh, you can see that. Oh, come on. Still got plenty to go in him. You can see that pink thing only just on that flap of skin there, so just come straight out. All right, we'll get a tag in this guy and put him on the lie detector. Oh, 64 centimetres of Hinchabrook prime bucket mouth. Beautiful fish. There's a couple more that just come up as I was putting the tag into this guy, so I'm going to see if I get another one. All right, fella, you go back this side. Oh, well, that was terrible line management. Oh, well, he did hit it. It wasn't that big, but he had a go and spat it. Oh. Cheeky bugger. Tide's just starting to make its way back in. Hoping there might be one guarding the entrances to these drains. There was, and he hit it, and he spat it. Oh, man. That's so frustrating. Right. In a little bit of dirty water. Well, after what's been a reasonably frustrating day, missing a couple of fish and seeing plenty others that just weren't interested, this rat, if I can get him on board, will be a welcome relief. Let's see if I can just lift him on board. Not well hooked. Oh, there you go. That sums up my day, but that's okay. He was only going to get a tag and released anyway. I'll count one. You can see it, but there's millions of little bait fish down there. Down this way. Well, a day full of so many possibilities. I was lucky enough to get a couple of fish, one good one on the first one, so I shouldn't complain too much. Another couple out of the scores that I saw feeding would have been nice. I'm going to pack up and head back to the ramp.